Have you ever found the perfect thing you've been looking for, gone home and slept on it, and then come back the next day only for it to be gone? Well, the same thing can happen with your dream home. Today, we're going to talk about the fastest way to close on a mortgage so you make sure you don't miss out on your dream home. There's a couple things you need to think about. We have a changing real estate market all around us. Sometimes prices are going up, sometimes prices are going down, interest rates are moving. There's all kinds of variables. So you need to be ready to act when you find that perfect home. Also, sellers love a fast closing. They love it when a buyer has already been pre-approved and is ready to close in 30 days or less. And finally, that fast transition will help you get on with that next phase of life. Maybe you have a job that you have a start date with, or maybe the kids need to get settled before school. There's all kinds of dates that may be important to you. So take those things into consideration. But before we get too far, let me introduce myself. My name is Linda Shinpaw, and I'm a licensed loan originator powered by Edge Home Finance Corporation. We are the #1 national mortgage broker in the United States. We're licensed in 47 states, and the other 3 are not too far behind. Let's start with a mortgage, okay? That is the most important thing for you to be able to close fast on a house, is starting with the mortgage. What does that mean? It means don't go look at houses. Don't call a realtor. And don't get your heart set on a neighborhood or a dollar amount that might not work for you. I really mean it. Pick up the phone, call me, or call the loan professional that you've used before that you enjoyed, but start with a mortgage professional. Get all of your ducks in a row, get pre-approved, know exactly what you can buy. That is the most important part of this process. All right, gather your documents. This will save you so much time. When we first talk, you're going to have a bunch of questions for me, and I'm going to have a bunch of questions for you. I get to play nosy neighbor, but that's part of the process, right? But then after that, you really need to make application and gather all of your documents, because as a loan professional, if I have your pay stubs, your bank statements, your W-2s, copy of your driver's license, all of those important things that we're going to need for the underwriting phase, if I have those now, it just saves us a tremendous amount of time and heartache, because I can already have reviewed them and made sure that they're going to work. All right. So it saves so much time. It allows me to identify any issues up front. And I actually have a free download for you that has this as part of it. I have a Homebuyers guide that I'm going to talk about a little bit later, but in it is a whole list of all the documents that you may need to bring. So you could even start gathering those now before you even make that call. Getting pre-approved. All right. Yes, pre-approved. That is the word that you want to remember. Don't get pre-qualified. Okay. Pre-qualified is us just having a conversation. I say, hey, Joe, how much money do you make? Okay. How long have you been there? What's your credit like? What other monthly bills do you have? And I've got a piece of paper or a napkin or whatever, and I'm scribbling this information out and doing some rough math. That's a pre-qualification. Pre-approval is when I say, hey, Joe, all of the things I just said. Okay, great. And now I want you to send me your pay stub, your bank statement, your W-2, all those documents that are going to be on that list that you can get from me. And I also want you to make applications so I can be authorized to pull your credit and look at your complete picture. Then I'm going to take all of that information, analyze it, and put it through our automated underwriting system that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac use. Like, this is the system our underwriters underwrite off of. I have access to it. We do that up front. It's virtually foolproof. So long as I put good information in, we get good information out, and you can feel so confident and comfortable going and shopping for a home, making those offers and setting quick turn times. All right. So pre-approval is the word that you want. That's what you need. All right. So we got all the dirty work done, right? We got all the mortgage stuff taken care of. Now you get to go find a great realtor. If you don't know a great real estate agent, I'll help you find one. My husband's been in real estate almost 30 years. He's got friends all over the country that I would love to introduce you to, because, you know, it's up to you who you want to use. But I know I love it when somebody makes an introduction, and it just helps me move the process along. But listen, here's the deal. Just like mortgage professionals and lenders and banks, not all real estate agents are created equal either. Okay. They need to know and understand and be able to simply and clearly explain to you the local market trends. They need to have negotiation skills. I want you to like these people, but I want you to trust that they can negotiate a contract on your behalf. Okay. There's a level of expertise there that most people don't think about. So that's really important. And they also need to understand the contracts and the local regulations. Okay. There needs to be more than just showing you property. They need to have these other skill sets so that way you're protected and they're doing their job for you. Again, I'll help you talk through that. I've been married to one for a long time and I know a little bit about this side of the fence too. So I'll be happy to give you my 2 cents. All right, here are the other things that you need to understand and you need to be able to move quickly through once you do go under contract, because all of this keeps us closing really quickly on your mortgage, right? Home inspection. When you go under contract on your home, this is one of the most important things you can do is to hire an independent home inspector to go out and look at that house tip to tip. They're going to give you a full report and that'll allow you to then ask the seller some questions that maybe you wouldn't have known to ask otherwise, okay? But you're going to want to do that really quickly after going under contract and not drag your feet. Then as soon as you go, yeah, Linda, thumbs up on the home inspection, we're moving forward, we order the appraisal. Okay. And again, we're going to do that really quickly. We're going to hopefully get the home inspection and the appraisal ordered all in that first week of being under contract. But I don't like to spend your money on an appraisal before I know that the home inspection really was satisfactory. But again, those are 2 things that should happen really quickly. Then it's kind of a hurry up and wait game, right? You're waiting on the underwriter to review your information, maybe ask you some questions. Maybe you said, yeah, the home inspection is satisfactory, but you're still having some questions and back and forth with the sellers to understand a few things. But mostly you're kind of like, okay, we moved really fast and now I'm just waiting, and that's okay. But the most important thing in this time of wait is that when I do reach out to you, when your loan professional reaches out to you, when your real estate agent reaches out to you, that you get back to them quickly. And that you have a constant open line of communication too. Okay. Really, really important. Cash to close. I want you to understand that long before you sit down at the closing table. Okay. This is another part that when you get pre-approved, you should know pretty comfortably, pretty confidently within maybe $1,000 or so, how much you're going to need to bring to closing. Anybody that's been doing this for any amount of time should be really good at estimating all of that. Okay. And so you should understand really your cash to close in the pre-approval process. Then when you go under contract and we have exact numbers and exact address and taxes and homeowners insurance, you're going to shop for that as well. We update all of that again. And so you should understand that and feel really confident in that at the very beginning of the process. That is not something that should get pushed to the end. That is a recipe for disaster. Okay. So make sure that you understand that very early in the process. Here are some common pitfalls that I see that delay closing, that just cause a lot of stress. These things don't have to happen. And so I'm going to make you aware of them so that you don't do them. If you don't reply within 24 hours, you're just going to slow up the whole process. All right. You're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? You're worth it. This is an important transaction. So when there is a communication, a call, an email, a text, some sort of document request, just get back within 24 hours and you'll keep everything moving really smoothly. Moving money around. Do not do this. This is like the kiss of death. Unless you want to provide me bank statements for every account that money has touched and prove that it went, it's like a roadmap. If you want to prove that it went from here to here to here to here, move away. But I'm pretty sure you don't want to do that. So do not move money around. Once you go under contract, leave that cash to close alone until you send it to the closing company. Okay. Quitting or changing jobs. It's a hard no. You can't do that. Okay. And if something were to come up in that area, you need to give me or your mortgage professional a call and we need to talk it through. Okay. But if you quit or change jobs during the transaction, it's going to cause a problem. Getting married or divorced, like if that's going to happen during the transaction, don't surprise us. Okay. Don't do that. We need to know. There are different states treat homeownership differently, whether you're married, separated, divorced, single. So just let us know what's going on. Like you just got to check in. I tell people I'm homeroom mom and I just am. It's confidential, of course, but you've got to You've got to tell me. You've got to tell us, as your mortgage professionals, what's going on. Okay, a couple more. Charging up credit cards. Don't do that. When you charge up your credit cards, guess what happens? That monthly minimum payment goes up. And if your debt to income ratio is already tight, you could cancel out the approval that you were given. So please don't do that, okay? And signing up for new debt. Hey, Linda, I went ahead and bought my washer and dryer because it was 18 months, same as cash. There's no payment on it, so it shouldn't impact my credit, right? Well, it might, okay? So just don't do that. Again, I'm homeroom mom. If you need to do something more than just your normal weekly, daily life, just give me a ring. Let's talk it through, and I'll let you know whether it's going to be problematic or not. Closing day. Awesome, right? When we get to closing day, we want you to feel so comfortable and relaxed, and everything we've told you throughout the process has, played out the way that we said. And you're just like, this was amazing. This was the best thing ever, right? One of my clients says, Linda, thank you for answering all of our questions and being there for us every step of the way. I love my new house and wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I can't believe how scared I was and how easy you made it. And sorry about that typo. That'll drive me nuts now. But anyhow, guys, this is what I want. This is what I want from you. On the closing day, the only thing I want you to be concerned about is your final walkthrough, because you should already know your cash to close, like we talked about, and we would have gone back over that within a couple days of closing, and everything else should have played out like we thought. In my free resource, I'm going to tell you about here next, is a final walkthrough checklist too. Now, your real estate agent should be completely competent in this area, but I've just been in the industry so long, and I want to give you everything I can to just make this process simple. So I have included a final walkthrough checklist for you in my free resource. But really, you should be doing that. You should be driving to the closing. Your money will have already been wired, and you're ready to go. And if I didn't say it, I don't think I said it already. When you go to wire money to closing for your cash to close, you should only get those instructions from the closing company. Depending what state you're in, it could be a title company, could be an attorney's office, but most of them make you call them now and verify everything over the phone because there's so much wire fraud, okay? So please, 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 this is not an afterthought. When it comes to wiring your funds to closing, make sure that you've talked with your mortgage professional, you know exactly the company that you're supposed to be sending it to, and you've spoken to them on the phone. Okay, you're going to double and triple check it. You're not just going to get an email and follow those instructions, not in this day and age. Okay, don't be afraid, but I'm just telling you that's how it plays out. All right, so what do you do now? I want you to request my Smart Homebuyers Guide. That is my free resource, and it's in the description. It is A to Z, everything you need to know about buying a home, but I have added, after making this video, the document checklist and also the homebuyer walkthrough the day of closing. So make sure you get that, print it off, save it on your phone, whatever, but you're going to find a lot of answers to your questions. And just if you feel confused about anything, you can go there and you can get a very clear and simple explanation. So request that Smart Homebuyers Guide. Also, book a planning call with me. I know you're busy. We're all busy, but I've got 15-minute slots saved on my calendar all throughout the week. So you can call and at least get some of these questions answered that just keep you up at night or just keep going through your head, okay? Ask me those questions. I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and then we may need some more time to talk. Might be the right time to make an application, or I may give you a short homework list and say, go do these couple things and let's talk in 2 weeks or a month or whatever. But please do that. You're worth it. I'm here to help you. Whatever I can do, that is what I want to do. Please let me know in the comments if there's any other topics that you would like me to talk about in future videos. I'm going to keep doing this for you because you matter. I hope you have an awesome day, and make sure and grab my free resource.